my good friend.
Alright, today's a big day to replant all of my garlic beds. It's always key to try to utilize that space because all that garlic comes out and it frees up a ton of space. There's two 8-foot beds right there. There's also a 6-foot by 4-foot bed over there, completely free of garlic now, so I'm going to try to replant it so I can have a fall harvest. Right, first up, we got to find the seeds we're going to plant. So as I'm sorting through these seeds, what I'm looking for is things that can be mature in about 50 to 60 days from now basically into about early fall, into mid-fall. That's when we want to be able to harvest all of this stuff.
We've met once before. Remind me your name, cause I can't remember no more. All the colors they blend of my new one-time friends. Oh, what do you mean? Will we meet again?
So on top of those tomatillos that I planted in this bed, I'm also planting this tetra squash. So tetra squash is something that I got from row 7 seeds. If you didn't see that video, I'll link it down below for you. But they are a zero waste plant. So that means you can eat the shoots, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the immature fruit, and you can eat the mature fruit. This stuff was bred by chefs to be the most absolute best plant that you could possibly get when it comes to squash. Like I said, you can eat every part of it. It's a zero waste plant. So I started some seeds. I got 5 of them here. We're gonna plant them in this bed. One thing I'm excited about is these Mexican cave beans. They're kind of like a half pole bean, kind of bush style bean, and they just have a really fun color to them. In the previous years, when I planted all these beds in garlic, I feel like the thing I struggled with the most was being ready to turn them over when it was time. There are some things out here I planted from seed, but I did have a few plans in mind already. You can see back there I had some smaller squash that are about 60-day squash, and they're already up and been up for a while. I just transplanted them. I also did tomatillos. I knew I wanted more of these. I didn't have enough planted anywhere else in the garden, so I started some seeds a little bit later. I thought this would be a perfect spot to use them in these garlic beds. One of the things too about these beds is that I'm always trying to strategically plant things. So garlic goes in these far back beds because in the spring it gets a lot of sun before the leaves come onto the trees. And then as we get further into the year here, everything starts greening in and it gets a ton of shade back here. So this is where I want to start like my fall crops, and I want to do my lettuces, things that will survive in a little bit of shade, a little bit cooler, not getting the sun beat down on them. So it really kind of works out when I rotate them like this. Now obviously these beds can only be used a couple times for garlic before we got to have something different in them to try to replenish everything. So I am going to plant some sort of bush bean in every one of these beds because nitrogen is one of those things that garlic feeds heavy on. It's getting kind of late, so you guys won't be able to see very well, but I got everything planted over here. And like I said, the goal is to try to get quick crops in here, radishes, lettuce, stuff like that I can pick early, and then things that will, you know, get mature faster. So mostly that's what it is. I did put some peas in there because I know they'll last into the fall, and also some beans. And the beans are mostly to replenish that soil because that's really important to try to get the soil back to a point where I could actually keep going with the garlic in it. So, whew, it's really late at night and I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. So, we're gonna head in. You ready to go in, bud?
Yeah.
Stop getting bit by the mosquitoes?
Yeah, I'm finding a box of paint.
Yeah, he's finding all sorts of stuff. He's trying to find all the fruits. So it's good. We got squash and stuff coming. We got tomatoes starting to ripen up. Best time of year, and we're also starting new seeds, so it feels like we're really getting that garden season going on and on and on, which is the best, you know. I gotta try to get those fall crops down because that is something I have struggled with in the past. All right, you try one, I try one. First blueberries of the year. Are they yummy? Mm-hmm. Yum, 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 yum. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Remember to be bold and grow bold, and as always, I'll see you in that next video. Peace. I'm out.
Dad, these are baby flowers.